into the mountains. James Holloway was an experienced hiker. He had climbed peaks from the Rockies to the Alps. So when he set out on a solo hike near Springdale, Utah, not far from Zion National Park, he wasn't worried. The sky was clear, the air crisp, and his backpack well stocked. But as he ventured deeper into the rugged wilderness, a strange fog began to roll in, thick, unnatural, and silent. By the time James realized he had lost the trail, night was falling. His GPS failed, the compass spun wildly, and the stars above seemed wrong. Part 2. The lights appear. As James stumbled through the underbrush, trying to find higher ground, he noticed flickering blue lights far ahead. Too high for any campfire, too steady for lightning. They hovered above the ridge, pulsing rhythmically like a heartbeat. Thinking it was a search party or a ranger station, he moved toward it. But the closer he got, the quieter everything became. The forest fell completely still. Not even the wind dared to move. Then the lights vanished. Part 3. The Silent Visitor. That night, James camped beneath a rock overhang. Around 2 a.m., he awoke to a deep humming sound, low and vibrating through the ground. He peeked outside and froze. Above the trees floated a massive disc-shaped craft, covered in glowing geometric patterns. It made no sound, except for the hum that seemed to resonate in his bones. A blinding white beam shot down and scanned the ground like a lighthouse. James ducked back, heart pounding. Then the beam passed over his camp. He couldn't move, couldn't blink, couldn't breathe. Part 4. The Missing Time. The next thing he knew, it was daylight. His fire was cold, his watch was broken, and he had no memory of the past 7 hours. He wandered aimlessly, dazed, until he found a narrow path that led back to the highway. A passing driver picked him up and drove him into Springdale. Locals said he'd been missing for 3 days, but he swore it had only been 1. Stranger still, James had a small, perfectly round scar on the back of his neck he couldn't explain. Part 5. Whispers in the Sky. Months later, James began to suffer vivid nightmares, dreams of being suspended in a bright white room, surrounded by faceless beings. He drew them obsessively, tall, gray, and eyeless. At night, he sometimes heard the same hum from the mountains outside his house. And then the blue lights returned, hovering above the cliffs near Springdale, just as before. But this time, they were waiting.